At this point, the chassis has been put back together, wired up, tested, biased, and it's playing and sounding good. But so much work has been done to this amplifier that I decided to put a detailed description of the work done in the description of this video so that you can go check it out if you'd like to. But for the most part, this video is just going to be a quick pan of the chassis in its present state. All right, so let's get a look at the front side of the chassis. This front plate was in rough shape when I got it, and it's still in rough shape. It's definitely been played and used and loved on. I imagine it's seen its share of gigs. Kind of cool to see an amp that's been loved on. It's always cool to see an amp that's in pristine condition too, but I guess this is the flip side of the coin of that. And this front here was like bent like a banana. It definitely took a hit at one point in time or another. I got it straightened out the best I could. Not too bad. If I didn't tell you, you probably wouldn't notice. But anywho, here's a look at the power transformer. And come across scanning the board. You can see the carbon film resistors here that I used on the plates, preamp tubes. And this time I flew the cathode resistor over the cathode bypass caps. It's the first time I've done it. It works, but I think in the future I'll just lay them down like normal. And there's the new roach. There's some more of those carbon film plate resistors. And let's see if we can't get a look at the tube sockets, I guess I should say. Got the shielded cables coming in from the input resistors and the volume control for both channels. And here's a look at the octo sockets for the power tubes. Using flame-proof screen resistors. Got some 1 ohm resistors to help with biasing, and there's the 1.5Ks tucked away. And that'd be the rectifier socket. And there's a look at the CL80 that I put in to drop the voltage a bit. There's the new 3-wire cord coming in. And there's a ground switch. It's just there for looks. It's more or less a wire holder. Fuse, standby and power, speaker jacks, the RCA jacks. One of those RCA jacks have been replaced. Can't remember which one off the top of my head. But it had an intermittent ground. The tip would just ground right out. You have no signal. You'd be like, where's my reverb? And the next time you'd be like, there's my reverb. Yeah, we don't want that happening. Anywho. So that's a look at the front side. Well, look at the inside of the chassis from the front of the amplifier. Pan in there one more time. Do the airplane thing. Too much sci-fi, man. Too much sci-fi. All right, let's get a bird's eye view from the backside of the chassis. Get a little bit different perspective here. There's a look at the 2-prong receptacle. I do have a 3-prong receptacle. Not sure if I'm going to put it into this amp or not. I'll probably save it for somebody that specifically requests it. And here's a look at that chassis number. Come up in here. Let's see if we can get somewhat of a look at the tubes from this angle / perspective. There's a look at the CL80 I put in to drop the voltage just a bit. Sometimes I mess with it, sometimes I don't. When this amp was made, it was looking for what, like 117 volts AC mains. Not today's 120 plus AC mains here in the US. Some people don't even mess with it. Some do. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. This time I did. And here's a look at the board. Again, from the backside. A little bit different perspective. Let's see if we can't get a look at those pots and stuff a little better. And there would be the bias pot. And the bias board. And the lamp holder. Yeah. So that about does it, taking a look at the chassis from the backside bird's eye view. So let's get a look at the tube side of the chassis. Here's a look at a couple of the preamp type tubes uncovered. And here's a reverb transformer. A couple more preamp type tubes covered. Here's a look at the Nesstone 6L6 GC brown base tubes. See if I can't spin around here to get a look at the Electron Tube made in China 5AR4 GZ34. Let's get a look at the power transformer. And there we have the choke and the output transformer and the can / cover for the filter caps. So that about does it for a look at the tube side of the chassis. So at this point, with the chassis pretty much ready to go, one, I'll be looking for a 2-button foot switch for the amplifier. But beyond that, I'm working on the cab. I have some new speaker grill cloth coming in for it. Someone in the past spray painted black over the original grill cloth. I've got 2 types of grill cloth coming in. They're both supposed to be Fender correct. One will look new, and the other one is aged. It's new, but it's aged to look old. Also, I'm not sure if I'm going to leave the cab like clear coated and natural like it is now, or perhaps get some Tolex and wrap it up. Haven't made my mind up there yet. But anyways, that'll be in another video.